Breaking the Chains of Illusion. A journey from virtual reality addiction to triumph. As the first light of dawn pierced through the curtains, Mark awoke, groggy and disoriented. His room was shrouded in darkness, the only source of light emanating from the glowing screens scattered across his room. The flickering neon lights bathed him in an eerie blue hue as he lay tangled in a web of virtual reality cables. Mark had been here many times before, trapped in the world of virtual escapism, but today was different. Today, he decided to break free. The abyss of illusion. It all began with a gift from his friend, Charles, a state of the art virtual reality headset. Mark had heard all the hype about VR, but he'd never tried it before. Curiosity got the better of him, and as he donned the headset for the first time, he was transported to a world of wonder. The first few days were pure magic, an escape from the mundane routine of his life. But as the days turned into weeks, Mark's enchantment with the virtual world began to overshadow his real life. His job as a freelance web designer started to suffer. Deadlines went unmet, clients grew frustrated, and bills started to pile up. Mark's social life withered away as he retreated deeper into the virtual realm, choosing pixelated adventures over real-life connections. Mark's relationship with his girlfriend, Sarah, was the first casualty of his VR addiction. At first, she tried to be patient, understanding that Mark was merely exploring a new hobby. But as weeks turned into months, Sarah couldn't bear the emotional distance any longer. One evening, she confronted Mark, tears welling up in her eyes. "Mark, I miss you. I miss us," she said, her voice trembling. "It feels like you're slipping away, and I don't know how to bring you back." Mark, immersed in a gripping VR battle, barely registered her words. He muttered a distracted apology and returned to his virtual world, leaving Sarah to confront the loneliness that had gradually crept into their relationship. It was a Saturday morning when Mark's friends decided they couldn't stand by and watch him self-destruct any longer. They had tried to reach out, but he had brushed off their concerns. Now, they were planning an intervention. Gathering in his living room, Mark's closest friends faced him with stern expressions. Charles, the one who had introduced Mark to VR, spoke first. "Mark, we care about you, and we can't just watch you waste away in this virtual world. You've lost your job, your girlfriend, and even your sense of reality. It's time to break free from this addiction." The words hit Mark like a ton of bricks. For the first time, he saw the concern in their eyes, the worry etched on their faces. The realization that he had become a shadow of his former self began to dawn on him. The path to recovery. Mark's journey to recovery wasn't a smooth one. It was a struggle marked by fits of withdrawal, despair, and relapses. But his friends, particularly Charles, who had been down a similar path, stood by him. They organized support groups, where Mark could share his experiences and hear from others who had successfully broken free from VR addiction. "Mark, you have to understand that the virtual world is a powerful escape," Charles told him. "But it can't replace the richness of real life. Your dreams, your ambitions, your connections with people, those are real. VR is just a fleeting illusion. You need to focus on what truly matters. Mark listened intently, his determination to reclaim his life growing stronger by the day. He knew that the road ahead was a long and arduous one, but he was ready to take the first step. The first thing Mark did was to uninstall all his VR games and disconnect his headset. The physical act of severing the connection to the virtual world was liberating. He began to rediscover the real world around him. He got back in touch with his clients, offering sincere apologies and promising to make amends. It wasn't easy, but with hard work and dedication, he started rebuilding his reputation as a web designer. Mark also reached out to Sarah, who had moved on but still cared for him. They started as friends, rediscovering each other, and eventually rekindled their love. The relationship wasn't the same as before, but it was stronger and more grounded in reality. A new purpose. As Mark began to regain control of his life, he realized that he needed a new purpose, something that would keep him anchored in the real world. He decided to use his experience to help others struggling with VR addiction. Mark started a blog and a YouTube channel to share his story and offer advice on how to break free from the virtual abyss. His words resonated with countless people around the world who found themselves trapped in the same illusion. Mark's blog and videos offered a lifeline to those who felt alone and desperate. He became a beacon of hope, a symbol of triumph over addiction. Just when Mark thought he had left the virtual world behind, life threw him the ultimate test. A new virtual reality game, more enticing and immersive than anything he had ever experienced, was released. Mark's friends watched in trepidation as he faced the greatest temptation of his journey. For a moment, Mark hesitated. The memories of his past addiction, the allure of the game, all tugged at him. But then he thought of the people who had reached out to him for help, the trust they had placed in him. He couldn't let them down. With steely determination, he deleted the installation file and returned to the real world. Triumph. Years passed, and Mark's blog and channel continued to grow. He had saved countless lives and helped people break free from the chains of VR addiction. He had found his purpose, and it was a beautiful one. Mark also built a fulfilling career as a motivational speaker, sharing his story at conferences and events around the world. He had come a long way from the lost soul tangled in virtual cables. He was now a symbol of hope and resilience, an inspiration to those who sought a way out of their own illusions. The journey from virtual reality addiction to triumph had been a grueling one, filled with struggles and moments of despair. But Mark had emerged on the other side stronger, wiser, and with a profound appreciation for the beauty of reality. He had broken the chains of illusion and embraced the world with open arms, proving that no matter how deep one falls into the abyss, there is always a way back into the light. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Please hit the like button if you like this video, and hit the subscribe button to learn English through watching these kinds of interesting stories daily. Please click on the screen on any video showing on your screen to watch it next. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video till the end.